Deconstruct, the courage to question what you believe. What if some of the strongest beliefs you have aren't really yours? Before you could understand religion, politics, morality, money, relationships, or your place in the world, someone was already teaching you what was true. Your family taught you something. Your culture taught you something. Religion taught you something. School taught you something. Society reinforced it. Little by little, these ideas became part of your identity. Until one day, you stopped asking, "Why do I believe this?" and started saying, "This is who I am." That is where deconstruction begins. Not with destruction, with curiosity. To deconstruct something means to examine where it came from, why you believe it, and whether it still deserves a place in your mind. Imagine your mind as a house. You didn't build every room. Some were designed by your parents, others by teachers, religion, friends, social media, politicians, and experiences you had before you were old enough to question them. Eventually, you received the keys and said, "This is mine." But is it? Maybe it's time to open the doors, examine the foundation, and ask, what if some of this isn't true? Questioning a belief doesn't automatically make it false or true. It simply means you're willing to investigate. That is the foundation of critical thinking. Consider religion. A person may believe in God because their parents believed in God. Another may reject religion because their parents rejected it. Two people can reach completely opposite conclusions through the same process. Inheritance. But neither statement proves what is actually true. It only shows where the belief came from. Now think about politics. How many of your political beliefs did you personally investigate? How many did you inherit? If you were born into a different family, country, or culture, would you believe exactly the same things? Maybe, but maybe not. If your worldview can change because your environment changes, ask which parts are based on evidence and which are based on belonging. Because humans don't only want truth. We want identity. We want community. We want to belong. That's why questioning deeply held beliefs can feel like a personal attack. If someone challenges your belief, you may feel as though they're challenging you. But a belief is not a person. You can change your mind without destroying yourself. You can say, "I was wrong." That isn't weakness. That's intellectual growth. Think about science. Science becomes stronger because theories are tested, challenged, corrected, and sometimes abandoned. Imagine if scientists said, "We've always believed this, so don't question it." Progress would stop. Yet in our personal lives, we often protect beliefs from examination. We surround ourselves with people who agree with us. We consume information that confirms what we already think. And when someone challenges us, we attack the person instead of examining the argument. But an uncomfortable question can still be an important question, and a comforting answer can still be wrong. This is where deconstruction becomes difficult. Sometimes the belief you're examining is connected to your childhood, parents, community, memories, fears, and hopes. Maybe you were taught that questioning was dangerous. Maybe you were taught that doubt was a failure. But here's the paradox. If an idea is true, why should it be afraid of questions? A strong idea should survive examination. Deconstruction doesn't mean every tradition is wrong. It means understanding why you believe what you believe. Take one belief you rarely question. Maybe it's about God, morality, success, or relationships. Then ask, where did this belief come from? Who taught me this? What evidence supports it? What evidence challenges it? What would convince me that I'm wrong? Have I examined the strongest argument against my position, or only the weakest? Would I believe the same thing if I had been born somewhere else? And perhaps the most difficult question, am I defending this belief because I think it's true, or because I need it to be true? That question can change everything. Sometimes we don't protect beliefs because they're accurate. We protect them because they're comforting. A belief can give us meaning, certainty, hope, and identity. But maybe uncertainty isn't the enemy. Maybe uncertainty is the beginning of intellectual freedom. You don't have to immediately replace an old answer with a new one. Sometimes the most honest answer is, "I don't know yet." Those words create space for investigation. They allow curiosity to enter. They allow evidence to speak. We're surrounded by people telling us what to believe. Algorithms show us what keeps us engaged. Politicians tell us what to fear. Influencers tell us what to desire. Religious leaders tell us what to accept. Advertisers tell us what we supposedly need. Sometimes the loudest voice in our mind isn't even our own. So, perhaps the greatest act of rebellion isn't shouting louder. It's thinking deeper. It's having the courage to ask, why? How do we know? What evidence do we have? What if I'm wrong? And then being brave enough to listen. Deconstruction isn't about tearing your mind apart. It's about discovering what was built inside it. It's separating truth from tradition, evidence from assumption, knowledge from certainty, identity from ideology, and inherited beliefs from conclusions you have actually examined yourself. Because your mind is not supposed to be a prison. It should be a place where ideas can enter, compete, evolve, and sometimes leave. So, here's the question I want to leave you with. If you removed everything you were taught to believe, what would remain? Not your religion, not your politics, not your culture, not your family's expectations, not society's definition of success. Just you, standing in an empty room, looking at the pieces of your worldview scattered across the floor. Would you rebuild the same house? Would you keep every room? Would you change the foundation? Or would you finally give yourself permission to design a different one? Maybe critical thinking isn't about finding the perfect answer. Maybe it's about becoming courageous enough to question the answers you've already accepted. Because sometimes the walls protecting us are the same walls keeping us inside. Deconstruct. Not because everything you believe is wrong, but because your mind deserves to know what is actually yours.